Guys, it's some guy 127 here, and I'm bringing you a Zamrak duo slash trio guide. So, some basic information on him. He is combat level 650, life points 2,550. If you're on a Slayer task of Greater Demons, he will give you 305 Slayer XP. He can poison you with 168. Max hit is 163 melee, a special hit that will hit a 197 through melee prey, and a magic hit of 300. So some things I'm recommending you have is 80 plus combat stats, a good tank, knowledge of the God Wars dungeon. On screen is where the Zamrak fortress is, and that little room with the prayer altar, that is where you'll be fighting the Zamrak God Wars boss. Some additional information that you will need about the Zamrak God Wars boss is entering his dungeon. You cross an icy bridge, which will be shown on screen in a little bit. When crossing the icy bridge, you will lose all prayer points. So it is advised to sit in front of the icy bridge and fight the blood valves or vampires or werewolves to get a small advantage on kill count. As you will see, we are now entering and climbing off the bridge. You will go to a short little screen, black screen, until you get to the dungeon. As you get further into the dungeon will get darker. Unless you have 83 Slayer, do not attack the spiritual mages. I would recommend fighting the imps, werewolves, and blood veils, all because these things have low HP and low defense. Now here is the setup for what I like to call the warriors. These are the two people that are not the tanks. If you see, I have high defense armor on, Torags, and an invent of sharks, prayer pods, superset, tabs, and your familiar, which should be filled with food. Here is the tank setup. This is a higher level setup, higher defense bonuses, overloads, Cerebrus, your anti-poison spec weapon. So now you're ready to fight the Zamrak boss after you have 40 kill count. Equip your spec weapon, have your two warriors ready, pot up, and have the tank run in first. If you see, since I was the tank in here, I decided I was using overload, so I had to go in first. You want to be using Prey Mage in this guide. There is a way to do Prey Melee and have high magical defense gear, but we were using a different way, high defense gear and Prey Mage. This does result in a lot of damage taken from the God Wars boss, but in the end, you should be saving Bruise. So after the Zamrak God Wars boss is killed, the tank wants to move to the middle of the room, which is on screen here. Especially if you're in a high spawn world, your two warriors want to be on the sides where they cannot be hit by the God Wars boss. Some additional information I would like to add is that killing the 3 minions in the room, I would recommend starting with the one that is black, because he does the most damage with his mage, then the smaller lesser demon, which is the one that does the range, and then the melee one. Again, some more information is that he drops the Zamrak hilt, which is a very rare drop, and the minions should also drop the Zamrak spear. So that's really it for this guide, guys. I hope it gave you a little bit of extra info that you didn't already know. If you did find it helpful, please subscribe and like and favorite the video. And that's really it. I put a lot of effort into this, so thank you guys for watching.